Welcome friends, it's Rae. Thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, I make 12 cards using the Paper Rose Bees and Butterflies Basics 6x6 paper collection. And these are 18 double-sided pattern papers, and you get 3 of each of the 12 designs, and this is 200 GSM paper, so it's a really good quality, and the color is beautiful. It's more of a semi-gloss versus a matte or a gloss. All of my cards are A7 5x7 cards. Let's move to card number 1. So for this card, I'm using Cards TV sketch number 60, but I am adapting it. It's an A2. I'm adapting it to a 5x7. So I have cut 3 strips to 1.5 by 6 because I'm using 6x6 pattern paper, and then I am going to cut those strips in half. Okay, so I'm just going to line them up and place them straight as possible. Now if these had to be perfectly straight, I would not line them up like this, because this is they will shift a little, and so that's okay for this design. So if your design requires that they be perfectly straight, then you just want to cut them one by one. I want to keep these in the order of the cut. I'm bringing in my white mat that I've cut to 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Okay, so I'm bringing in my Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station that's been well loved. I am placing my pattern paper pieces, my top 3, at the top of my white card mat, and placing them about 1/8 of an inch apart, adding my magnets, and then we'll affix the right panel and then the left panel, and then we'll come back and be able to center my middle piece. Okay, so good. So now what I'll do is go ahead and place my bottom pieces, and then I'll turn this around just because for me that works better. Get this glued down, and there you have to make sure that if your design is directional, that you keep the same direction. I finished gluing that down. I'm bringing in my MISTI. I'm going to turn my paper over because I'm going to use this side to actually place my yellow strip. I want to just butt this strip up against it, and I did cut this a little wide so that I can trim it off on the one side. And then I'm going to turn this over and then just trim this down. All right, so turn it right side up, and I am going to go ahead and get this matted I'm adding double-sided 1/4-inch tape to the left and right sides of my panel. I partially released that tape, and then am adding glue to the other areas of my panel, as well as where I've released the tape, so that I can have time to get this adjusted on my green mat. I am using this Hello die by scrapbook.com. This was a freebie in a recent order. And so it has the hello and then 2 shadow dies, and they graduate upward in size. Let's start with the top layer. I'm not sure mine is going to look just like the picture. Maybe that's just photography. I don't know. Maybe it's just user error. I don't know. But this is... I've already put together a couple of these, and they all came out looking about the same. So I'm not sure I'm doing it quite right, but this looks pretty good to me. I use the scrapbook.com nested dies. This second largest one to cut out my stitch labels. I really love the detail on that. I'm just eyeballing this, and I've already put foam tape on the back. And let's pause now for random thoughts and questions. Have you ever taken a fall and looked around to see who saw you fall? Well, I took a fall recently, and I didn't look around to see who saw me fall. I looked around to see who could help me get up. Ha ha ha. Okay, so I have my card front affixed already to my card base, and I'm going to bring in my sentiment label and just eyeball center that onto my cardstock. So off camera, I added some Wink of Stella to the wings of my butterflies, and like that. And as I was adding my Wink of Stella, I noticed that I put this one upside down, this butterfly, but thankfully it doesn't even look like it. So that's a good thing. Huh? I also embellished with the Elizabeth Craft Gold Glitter Peel-Offs. I used the medium size for these cards. So for this design, I'm using Freshly Made Sketches 521, and it's an A. Well, actually, there are no measurements on it, so I have added my own to make this a 5x7 card. I embossed my panel on using Spellbinder's Regal Royal embossing folder. I've added my liquid glue to the back and affixed this to my panel. Okay, so I adjusted some of my measurements. So this is pattern paper is 4 7/8 by 4 7/8, and then I am going to bring in pattern paper here that is 7/8 inches high by 4 7/8 long. Okay, so I have taken this scrap piece of paper, and I'm just gonna affix it to the back of my pattern paper. And I kind of want it in the center, and this is just to pop this up. Let's cut that off. And now I'm gonna add liquid glue, and then I am gonna just place this on top. So as I'm doing the voiceover for this video, I see that this is out of frame, And I have a new setup for my filming and did not realize this was so far out of frame, but I am going to bring it back into frame. And so what I was doing there was adding this 1-inch strip to my, or actually it's a 7/8 of an inch strip to my panel, and I used a shim towards the bottom just to level everything out. And now I'm bringing in my sentiment. Bringing in my Wink of Stella gold glitter pen to add some sparkle to my flowers. I don't know if the camera picks up that shimmer, but in person, that looks gorgeous. And I'm going to use the large peel-offs and place one in the center of each of my larger flowers here. I made 2 more of these and started out with a wider border, but actually preferred this border. And I did not add embossing to the bottom of these 2, because I didn't think about it until after I had made them. So I thought, for my final card, let's go ahead and add some embossing. So I like that better. So for this next set of cards, I'm going to be using this Creative Expressions Wordies sentiment sheets. On this card, I've cut out just a border using my same scalloped die, and then I've added a green strip over top. And so now I'm going to just line that up, put some adhesive on the back, and I embossed my panel using the Cuttlebug Bit of Paisley embossing folder. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and place this on my mat. So I've got my panel on my card base, and now I will go ahead and affix my images. And these are just cutouts from the pattern paper collection. Fix this one first. Usually I find what I call an anchor image and get that affixed first, and then use that to affix the rest of my images. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay, and then I will go ahead and affix this one down. Okay, so I've taken the release tape off of my foam tape, and we'll just line this up before committing. I can adjust a little and then commit. And then I'm going to bring in my sentiment and then just center it underneath my main image here. So with this design, I'm using the smaller. There are 3 different sizes of peel-offs on this sheet. So that gives you more options. So I'm putting 3 in triangular fashion on my design. And I did make 3 others using the same design. and put this one on white cardstock. I actually like the white very much. Okay, with this design, I'm going to use Freshly Made Sketches 526 and adapt that to 5x7 card. So I've cut this piece of pattern paper to 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and this one to 4 3/4 by 2. Okay, and so I'm going to flip these over and affix them together with my double-sided tape. Get that seam together, as we would say in sewing. Alrighty, so that's affixed together. And now I will bring in my focal image pattern paper that I've cut to 3 by 5 and added a 1/8 inch mat. I think I'll wait and trim this off after I put this strip on, and this is about, looks maybe a little over 1/8 of an inch. My goal was 1/8 of an inch, but I think I made it a little wider. Let's go ahead and affix that. Right over top of that seam. Okay, I've placed my sentiment on my panel, and now I'm bringing in these gold glitter peel-offs, and am going to just put 3 of those in the top right corner. I like these because they lay flat, and I don't have to worry about adding more bulk since I am, you know, I've added all these layers, and I have made 2 others using the same sketch. Here are the cards I made with this collection. Stay tuned for close-ups. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you liked the video, and if not a subscriber, will subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Until next time, good day, friends.